Back to our headlines, back to Sunset Drive, and back to real-time news.
Here's your latest headline news update on DZRJ810am, the voice of the Philippines.
The Judicial and Bar Council is now choosing nominees for the 2 vacant posts in the Supreme Court. Deliberations are being held for the 28 aspirants who seek to replace Justices Antonio Eduardo Nachura and Conchita Carpio Morales. Among the judiciary members seeking to claim the posts are Court of Appeals CA Justices Andres Reyes, Japar Di Maampao, Noel Tiham, and Remedios Salazar Fernando, Commission on Elections Commissioner Rene Sarmiento. In accordance to the law, the President must fill in the 2 vacant SC or Supreme Court posts within 90 days. Justice Secretary Laila De Lima says she will immediately direct National Bureau of Investigation Director Magtanggol Gatdula to conduct a parallel probe into the deaths of Teresa Tiaño and Cheryl Sarmiento, who were killed separately last week in Quezon City. De Lima's order stemmed from the request of Tiaño's father and Sarmiento's husband. The 2 personally went to the Department of Justice office in Manila for a meeting with De Lima. De Lima likewise called in the local police and Quezon City Mayor Herbert Bautista to prevent a spate of crimes and car theft incidents in the city. Coronadal City is put under a state of calamity due to continuous flooding. Disaster Risk Reduction Management Council, or the NTR-RMC head James Zamora, says the local government needs at least 2 million pesos to address the needs of people affected, including damaged infrastructure. According to Zamora, 10 barangays remain inundated in water. Damages in agriculture amounted 1 million pesos, affecting about 38 farmers in the area. The Armed Forces of the Philippines stands firm that they do not have in custody 3 missing students from the University of the Philippines. AFP spokesman Commodore Miguel Rodriguez says this is in reaction to the order of the Supreme Court to release students Sherlyn Cadapan, Karen Empeño, and Manuel Merino. The Supreme Court ordered the Justice Department and the Philippine National Police to investigate the issue and look into the liabilities of the case. The 3 students were allegedly abducted by military in Hagonoy, Bulacan in 2006 under suspicion that they are members of the New People's Army. President Aquino's satisfaction ratings dipped anew this June, results of the latest Social Weather Station or SWS survey. It illustrates Aquino's net satisfaction rating down 5 percentage points from the very good net score last March. Malacanang meanwhile downplayed the slight dip in Aquino's satisfaction rating, saying the level of dissatisfaction did not increase nationally. The military is preparing its shopping list for a 40 billion equipment upgrading program. Brigadier General Roy De Vera Turda, Chief of the Armed Forces Modernization Program Management Office, says the military identified priority projects for the next 5 years. He adds that in procuring new equipment, it would be considered that the military's focus is still internal security operations. Navy Chief Vice Admiral Alexander Palma said they are still discussing the proper allocation of funds for each major service. Out of the 53 patrol ships in the Navy's inventory, only 26 are operational. These patrol ships are aged at an average of 36.4 years old. The larger vessels like the minesweeper frigates and patrol craft escorts are 66 and 67 years old, respectively. The Department of Health is eyeing Mexico as the country's model for the expansion of Philippine health insurance corporations. Health Secretary Enrique Ona said Mexico's health insurance program for the poor could be adopted in the Philippines since the 2 nations have similar demography. Under the Aquino leadership, the DOH is targeting to enroll every Filipino in PhilHealth, including those who can afford to pay their own annual premium. An administration lawmaker proposed the imposition of a 20% tax on online lottery winnings or earnings. The proceeds would be earmarked for education and housing programs. Quezon City Representative Winston Castelo, author of House Bill 4774, stressed the proposed tax would be imposed only on grand prizes of the Lotto games. He says it is policy of the state to promote general welfare. Benefits should be democratized in accordance with the law. At least one person was killed while another was reported missing in the wake of Tropical Depression Agay. The National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, or NDRMC, says the fatality Mary Joy Reyes and missing Dorina Reyes were both from Bataan. It also said floods occurred in Bataan and Bulacan provinces, affecting at least 14 villages. The NDRRMC also recorded a landslide in Olongapo City, affecting Calaklan, Mabuyan or Mabayuan and Gordon Heights villages.